Welcome to the Dirty Tea Podcast. My name is Donna.
And I'm Amanda, and we're excited for you to join us where you'll be served the dirtiest tea.
We are best friends from the Midwest who love other people's drama.
And we'd rather spill your tea on air than behind your back.
So feel free to submit your dirty tea for us to read on air.
Or sit back, fill your cup with whatever tickles your fancy, and get ready for the mess.
All right. Are we ready?
As ready as I'm ever going to be.
Hello, hello, hello. Another week, another dollar. You know how they say another day, another dollar? Another week,
Okay.
another dollar.
I mean, you're trying it, but okay.
I hope you guys had a good week. It was a struggle for me. I think.
Girl, a struggle is not even. It was a fucking catastrophe of a week, let's be honest.
I was going to say, how was your week?
It was terrible. Like, I'm glad it's over. Let's be honest. I'm ready to drink a lot.
A lot.
That's the
plan. Yeah, I hope everybody's week went good. That we're all surviving. Another week, another dollar.
Another week, another dollar. More money, more problems.
Right. But we're here, and we're just here to spill some more tea. I'll go first. I'll start off.
Go for it.
Starting off with a bang. Okay. All right. So it says, I was on our first date in a little restaurant. She was running a little bit late and had like 2 shopping bags with her, even though we were gonna go to like watch a movie afterwards. But okay, whatever. Saturday afternoon, so she had a little bit of shopping. The meal was nice, conversation was interesting, and she looked cute. So I was there for the ride. And then the police arrived.
Okay.
And arrested her because she was shoplifting, and the security cameras caught her.
Wait, while they were on the date together, she was shoplifting? What? What did she steal?
That's why she had those shopping bags, because she decided to, do a little shoplifting before their date.
Oh, before their date,
yeah.
Not while they were on the date.
No, because she met up with them. She met up with him, because she went shopping, and then she met up with him for lunch.
Okay, yeah.
And then they were going to go to the movies. And then,
man, this dumb bitch, why would you like go shoplift, go steal a bunch of shit, and then stay at the same mall that you stole the shit from? You're like, oh, now I'm gonna go watch a movie and have a meal. Like, you really think they were gonna catch your ass?
How embarrassing is that? Could you imagine?
That's what happens when you fuck with dumb criminals. He never even had to know that she was a criminal.
Right.
If she was smart about it, if she was like, you know what, I'm gonna steal at the mall across town, and then I'm gonna meet him here, so then this way, you can do your business. But
he never had a chance. He never had a chance. She was just trying to look cute for him, Right.
She was trying.
She was trying. Right. She got caught. But she was trying. She tried. She tried.
Okay. Here's one that I think is kind of interesting. So, my girlfriend's best friend makes me uncomfortable. I've been with my girlfriend Jess for 3 years now, and I love her very much. Her best friend is Liz. Jess and Liz have been best friends since middle school. The only problem is that I think Liz has feelings for me, so the best friend. It started on my birthday when Liz texted me happy birthday with a wink emoji. I didn't think much of it, but I told Jess about the message and she was unbothered. So then she gifted him a $300 cooler for his birthday in front of Jess, the girlfriend. And then 2 weeks ago, Liz was over hanging with Jess wearing his hoodie, which he thought was strange, but didn't say anything because his girlfriend didn't say anything. So then Jess wasn't supposed to come home for another hour. No, okay. I skipped a bunch of shit. Okay, he didn't think the hoodie was strange, but Jess didn't say anything. So the line was crossed last night when he was by himself watching TV. Liz came over and said that her and Jess had plans. Jess wasn't supposed to come home for another hour. So they have 2 couches in their living room. And then Liz comes in and she sits on the couch with him. And the couch he's on is like a 2-seater. So she could have sat on the other couch, but she sat next to him. So he said he got up and then told her that he needed to make a phone call. So then at that point, Liz decided that she wanted to take a shower while waiting for Jess to come back home. So then he said at this point, I just leave and call Jess to explain the current situation. Jess doesn't seem to think of it as a big deal. She said she'll talk to Liz about it. So then Jess comes home and then they end up going out for dinner. And then he's like saying, I don't have any feelings for her, but it makes me uncomfortable being around her. How do I get my girlfriend to understand that all of this is not normal behavior?
Damn. I'm glad that he told his girlfriend
Right
his
away.
right, because if anything
Yeah,
happens, at least he was like, bitch, I told you. Like, I told you I was uncomfortable. She tried to make a move on me. And for this girl to be bold enough to make a move or some any kind of advance on her best friend's boyfriend, that's a
right.
bold ass bitch. It's just like you trying to make a
Exactly.
move on my fiance.
Right.
That's
Like
bold as fuck.
why is he like it's almost like the girl is so oblivious. Like you trust that your man wouldn't do anything with your best friend,
Right,
but you aren't trusting that your best friend wouldn't try to do anything with your man.
right,
Because
right.
obviously he's telling you that she's making him uncomfortable. He's brought it up to her on multiple occasions that
Yep,
she did something,
yep,
that was uncomfortable.
yep.
Like, why isn't she recognizing the red
She's a
flags?
trifling
Like,
hoe.
for
Like,
real. Like,
like,
if you were to buy my man, the one that doesn't exist, if you were to buy him a $300 whatever the fuck, I'd be like, damn, bitch, like you must really fucking care. You haven't
right,
got me a $300 cooler, so what the fuck?
right.
Like,
You know, it's a like expensive Yeti cooler too.
right?
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
no, and then showing up wearing his sweater.
Right. Why are you
That's
wearing
crossing the
somebody else's
line.
sweater?
That's
That's
crossing like
weird.
I'm the only one wearing his clothes. Why are
Exactly.
you wearing
Yeah.
his clothes? And then all of
That's
a sudden,
so
and then you're sitting on the two-seater sofa, and then all of a sudden when he goes to make his call, you gotta go. All of a sudden, they gotta go take a shower, and you're
right.
prancing around in a towel. Nah, bitch. No.
No.
Nope.
The best friend Jess should have been like, okay, she's trying to take a shower while you're there. Like, I'm not even home. Like, that's it's just like the principle of the thing. Like, it's just
Yep.
common sense,
Right.
Like, why? And your man is telling you this, so why would you continue to bring the girl around him
Yeah.
if obviously she makes him uncomfortable?
So she can't even be mad if anything happens. Like he is man enough to say, "Hey, it makes me uncomfortable." But if she catches Liz throwing herself on him, she can't even be mad.
Exactly.
Like
Because
for
I
real.
mean, all the signs were there. He literally was
Yep.
telling her.
Yep.
So you
Yep.
can't play dumb and be like, "Oh, I didn't know what happened." Like,
Right.
I mean, he told you what happened. It's only a matter of time for that, man. One day you guys are gonna get into a fight, and then good old fucking Liz is gonna come
Yep.
around,
Yep.
her
She's
little
gonna be
funky
there.
ass up,
Right.
and it's gonna go down.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I mean, like, and you can't be that dumb to be like, oh, they're just, she just really likes him as a friend. She's
Right.
just supporting. No, you can't be that dumb. You can't be that dumb. Stupid
I
ass.
think she is that dumb. She's just a dumb bitch who's gonna get
Dumbass
cheated
Jess.
on eventually.
Right. It's gonna be the wrong guy. It's gonna be like, oh, Liz. Okay, I can, I'll mess with Liz, and Jess will never find out.
Right.
Oh
And
well,
just imagine like how many of her boyfriends has Liz slept with
have
then.
done that.
Yeah, if she's so
You know,
comfortable doing that shit, that's a bold bitch right there,
then Jess deserves it. Fuck Jess. Liz
Fuck
got my
her.
support then, right? Okay, so this one says my mom got her makeup tattooed and she was hurt, and so me and my brother was trying to take care of her. We ran to the grocery store, and in the checkout line, the cashier was giving us some weird looks. We finally noticed that we were two guys in line buying some cucumbers and Vaseline. Somehow it made it so much worse. Without thinking, my brother, without thinking, I blurted out, "No, no, don't worry about it. We're brothers." We still got the dirty look, but eventually, we just quit trying to fix it. There was no trying to save this one, and we just went with it. My
Mm.
my question is, have you ever bought a weird combo not thinking? Or have you ever bought a cucumber and be like, damn, this is so fucking embarrassing. Like, so the other day I went and bought I needed one cucumber.
And you were embarrassed
I was
because you had to buy
embarrassed, bitch. I was so embarrassed, so I bought two.
one.
I bought
You're
two.
so stupid.
I didn't want people to think like, it automatically like think weird. And so I bought two. I didn't need to. I wanted to make cucumber like salad, like a papaya salad, but I only needed one. But and that's all I needed. But I didn't want to be weird, so I bought two.
Okay, so then if you see somebody in the grocery store with a cucumber, do you just automatically assume that they're about to stick it in themselves? Like,
Probably.
you're what's wrong with the world is the problem, you know? Because that is so,
I know.
so weird.
It is weird.
But you know what? I will say that I bought a cucumber the other day here, and I was washing it off before I like chopped it up and everything,
Oh, okay.
and that set me into like extremely dirty thoughts. I was like, "Wow, what am I doing right now?" Like,
See,
jack cucumber off in the sink. Like,
I'm telling you, you're washing it, and you're like, "What am I doing? What's going on right now?"
okay. So my next one here. Do I forgive my girl or my friend after my car camera recorded jokes in my absence?
Wait, what was
Hmm.
the title? Do I forgive my friend when the
After
car?
my car camera recorded jokes in my absence. They were talking shit about her.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So it says I allowed three of my female friends to borrow my car for a day trip to the mountains because they tried to rent a car but couldn't because they're I guess young. I don't know what the fuck, why they couldn't do it, but we've been friends for a decade at this point, and I've always been a mother to them, even though she it says that she's 28 and then the friend was like 24. So I don't know
Okay.
how you could be a mother to somebody at 4 year difference, but whatever. So I guess they like started as neighbors and then like they just continue on being friends. Um, so they began so I guess like as like they were growing because they kind of grew up together. She said, as the eldest sibling with absent parents, I was used to cooking and cleaning for my younger brother and sister. Out of habit, I always extended this to my youngest friend. They began to resent me for this, telling me I had a know it all attitude and was creepy for doing their laundry while they stayed at my house because they were visiting from out of state and they were leaving like clothes on the floor and the couch and outside, like by the hot tub. So then she said, I allowed them to go do whatever they wanted without me for a day. They took my car to the mountains and went thrift shopping. I told them I had a car camera and that was recording at all times. When I checked the footage, I heard them making jokes about me. Since then, I confronted them and they have confessed that they hate me for talking to them like kids, and now we aren't friends, except for this one, who's the 24-year-old, I'm assuming. She came to my defense, and when they first called me out on my behavior, I apologized and promised to change. The friend was the only one who accepted her apology. However, she was laughing at all the jokes. She's the only one who is her remaining friend at this point in time. And she's like, should I let that go? I have nightmares every night of her and I driving in a car forever, never getting anywhere. So, I mean, that's pretty dead fuck on. Like, but
She's
I mean,
waking
I
up
was
in
supposed to
cold
do
sweat.
some stuff at the front, so they saw her as a mother because she used to cook and clean for them. I mean, it is kind of weird that like if you have your friends come over and you're doing their laundry and shit, like that's weird. I don't want anybody touching, my fucking dirty
Right.
underwear and like, like. But at the same time, like, why the fuck are they leaving all their shit just like laying around? Like,
Mhm.
it's one thing to like, like I know you can't live in like squalor and mess. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like if
Mhm.
something is at a place, like it bothers you. So it's one thing to like move it and like
Right.
put it like in one area, but like to wash, fold, motherfucking hang that shit, iron it, steam
Fuck
clean
no.
that bitch, sew
Yeah.
up, patch up the holes in the pants. Like she was doing the most. So like
Right.
it is weird, but
Right.
what
Um. Okay. So I think that the whole like talking about your friends thing. I think um depending on what they were saying. Like if they were
right.
like making fun of her, I think that's pretty stupid. But depending on what extent, if they were like talking shit about her, um, things that they wouldn't normally say to her face, then that's pretty fucked up. But if they
Yeah.
were just like talking shit about her in a way that you would like within a friends group, then that's
Hmm.
different. Like then she needs to grow thicker skin because if
Right.
that's what you would normally do in a friends group,
Hmm.
then I don't know. I don't know. I feel some different. I feel like conflicted because like in
Yeah.
our friends group, I feel like we talk a lot of shit about each other
Hmm.
because you have to have thick skin.
Yeah.
like in our friends group. So
Yeah.
I can and cannot relate.
But it's not like talking shit like, oh, this girl, she done
No,
got,
we don't talk shit like that.
not like that, but like,
We talk a lot like
someone getting,
sarcastic. We make fun of each other and stuff like that. So
right.
you have
Yeah.
to have thick skin. But
Right.
we don't like talk shit behind your back. That we would
Yeah.
that you know what I mean. We don't talk like shit that would hurt you, make you cry intentionally. We just
Mhm.
make fun of each other.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
I wonder like what the context was, like what was actually said. Like was it like them like joking about like, oh yeah, this bitch is going around doing our laundry now. We have our
Right,
own maid, like something like that.
right,
Or if it was really like, oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. I can't stand when she does this
right.
shit. She's all like there's a difference like, in the
Exactly.
tone of how it is. So like if it was just jokes, then like you said, like it's just jokes. Like
Right,
they mean no harm by it. But
right,
the fact that like she recovered it and then when she confronted it, it ended their friendship, that must mean that there must have been some type of ill,
right.
you know, like something nasty in there that
But
had to come out.
it could be dependent on how she takes it too. If she's super sensitive and all in her feels, then it's on her. Because if she can't take a joke where she's super sensitive and they're like, oh, here she goes, folding our dirty drawers again. And if she can't take that as a joke, then I'm sorry, but that's on her then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know. I see it as like, I mean, you can't tell people how to feel, and
Right.
people are gonna feel how they feel, whatever the case is. But like, if like knowing what I know about that situation specifically, it's like only one of the friends came to her defense. So that must have
Hmm.
been like a, like how you get into you like have like these pent up things where like in friend groups like sometimes there's shit that happens and then you just like let it pile on and pile on and pile on until you get fed up and then
Hmm.
it's just like a laundry list of
Right.
things that like so maybe that's what it was is like they finally she confronted them about it and they were like, you know what, I'm not gonna hold back anymore, I'm gonna tell her exactly what the fuck I feel,
Right.
and then that's why it ended like it
Right.
did.
True.
So
Facts. It could have been. It could have been, but I mean, sometimes it is what it is, and jokes get taken out of context and stuff like that. But if it was purely meant as a joke, then and she took it out the wrong way, then I don't know. Sometimes it is what it is, I guess.
yeah.
And I don't know.
Sensitive ass bitches.
And why are you talking shit when she has a fucking card recorder? Did you not think that she was gonna go back and listen? You know this bitch probably has a lot of time on her hands sitting there
Right.
listening to everything. I would. Fuck that.
That bitch was live streaming it the whole fucking time, bitch.
I
That's how
would.
that sounds. You
I,
really would? You'd be
I'd
sitting
be
there
like,
listening to the
I got my eye on you, motherfucker. Like I'm listening.
whole. That's
No, I
crazy.
wouldn't. I would just go back and listen to it like a fucking
Yeah, I
podcast.
know you. I mean, you can't help but to. Like, come on now.
Tell me you
Like,
wouldn't.
if somebody's in your car and you know that there's recording footage and it's like three people, like, I want to know
Right.
what y'all talked about. I want to know the tea that y'all are
Right.
not telling me.
Exactly.
I'm about. If it's hours of footage,
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to
And
hours of footage,
right.
bitch.
And if
I'll
you're
keep that shit on while I go like clean the house and shit. Like,
Thank you. And if you're out there saying you wouldn't listen, you're a bull-faced fucking liar. You're a liar. You're right. You know you're listening to it when you're cleaning the house, when you're driving. Yep.
right?
And you're listening to it in segments too. If you're not
Yep.
listening to it all in one sitting, I'm going to listen to it all in one sitting. So
Oh yeah. I don't care how long it takes.
I'll take a fucking PTO to listen to it.
Hell nah.
Okay. This one was kind of funny. This one says 9 years ago, I worked at a grocery store in the meat department. There were two managers and a couple employees who didn't embrace me as part of the group and fired me and replaced me with some girls that they partied with. They fired me for one bad customer service incident. So I called the health department anonymously and lied about them having sex with her in the meat room on break. And I lied that they were eating food and stealing steaks. There were truth about the steak stealing thing, though. My buddy, who still worked there in another department, said a couple weeks later, those assholes all got fired. Sorry, not sorry. Philip, Jose, Windsor, and Emily, if you are reading this, fuck you. Bitches got what they deserve.
That is so petty.
I love
They're like,
that.
They were like, justice has been served.
And I love how
Called
he
up.
was like,
Hey,
Philip, Jose, Windsor, and Emily. Fuck you, bitches. Got what you deserve.
you know what? I feel like Windsor deserved it the most
Especially
because
Windsor.
yeah, fuck that bitch
Yep.
Windsor,
And
man.
and Philip sounded like a little asshole too. So
The little fucking kiss ass,
yep.
teacher pet ass bitch. Guess what? Not none of y'all got a job and no steak. Ha ha. Joke's on you. Y'all was fucking running a train on Emily in the fucking meat closet.
Now y'all can run a train on her on the unemployment line, bitches.
Oh my god.
I love how he called him out. He's like, sorry, not sorry. And then I called each of them out. I
Oh,
love
so
that.
good. Love it. Okay. Here's one. My girlfriend cheated on me while on drugs. So recently my girlfriend
Not sober, but while on
not
drugs. Okay.
so recently my girlfriend was hanging out with her guy friend and did coke as well,
Mm.
also was drunk. And she said he kissed her and then they had sex. And every time I ask her about it, she regrets it very deeply and says she wished she could take it back, but doesn't know how to feel about it. And he's like, personally, I'm completely clean and never drank or done any drugs. And she says that she can't explain what it's like to be on uppers and how it feels and how she couldn't stop or control it. And I don't know what to think about it. Also, she has completely gone sober and stopped drinking and moved away closer to me just to be with me so I can see if she's willing to do anything to be with me, but she still cheated. But at this point, should I stay with her or leave? I also want to note that in this whole message, there was not one fucking period. So that's why it kind of just kept on going. He
So
didn't leave any periods
you
in
didn't take
there.
a you didn't take a breather. You just kept reading.
Keep going like shit.
Um. So she said that they fucked, but she couldn't take it back. She can't take it back. Just reverse the fuck. Just fuck again.
Yeah. Just no, you don't fuck again. Get in the tub, apple cider vinegar.
There
Remember?
you go.
Re-virginize. Remember?
Re-
That's all you have to do.
Re-virginize, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I just think the funny part of it is like he's like talking about how it's almost like he wasn't upset that she fucked the dude. Like he was talking more about the drugs because he was like, she said that she can't explain what it's like being on uppers and she couldn't control it and she's never drank before, or all this shit.
Mhm.
So it's like he's more upset with the fact that she
She
like
she
drank
d-
and did drugs or did coke and then
cheated
didn't.
rather than cheated.
He literally didn't bring the dude up again. He was just talking about the girl and the drugs and the alcohol, and now she's sober and she moved closer to him so that he can test her to make sure that she'll be willing to do anything to be with him because apparently he's worth that. Um, but she still cheated, and should he stay with her even though she just moved to be closer to you to prove to you that you were worth her time?
You said that with no periods. Look at that.
He did.
You're picking it up.
I learned. I learned something today. But I don't know. I just think it's kind of I don't know. What do you think?
I think that I don't know. I'm not promoting drug use, but it seemed like he was really focused on that. He was more like you say, he was more jealous of the fact that she
Yeah.
while she was on the uppers, and so maybe he needed to be on the uppers just to even out the playing field.
Or he could not get uppers and continue living his life, straight edge and find you a straight edge bitch that wants to live that life too. Let
But
her
he
go out
really
there
loved
and live
her.
her life.
But
If
he
he
really
don't
loved
love
her.
that bitch, she just cheated on him. And obviously she don't love him that much either
She
because she
did.
did coke and got drunk
But she
and
moved.
fucked.
She moved to be closer to him and to prove her undying love.
It's only a matter of time for another dude with some coke and some Tennessee comes around. and she gonna be spreading them legs again and not know what, like, bitch, you know what the fuck is happening. You know what you did. Like, I don't know what it. I don't know. I don't want to know what it's like being on coke, but I'm assuming you still know what the fuck you're doing. When you're on it. So
I have no
come on,
idea. I don't intend to find out.
absolutely not.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's some sort of high,
Yeah.
and I'm sure
Well,
you're aware and alert in some way, shape, or form.
you have like I don't like people do that shit and then like drive a fucking bus. Like, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if they
and
do that, but
they think they're driving like this with itty bitty car, like
right, but like you're able to function still. Like people are able to function. Like it's not like I mean, but I don't know. Maybe she drank a lot. Maybe she blacked out from that.
yeah.
I don't know. But moral of the story is don't do drugs, kids. I don't know.
And if you do, just
If you do,
admit
you
to it.
do.
If you do, you do.
Yeah.
Okay, this one says everything was fine until the flight home when I started to feel a lot of pressure in my abdomen. Bubble gut, bubble gut, bubble gut.
The worst on a flight too.
That's why every time we were about to board, remember our rule is like don't eat anything that's gonna give you bubble gut. Like go with
Yeah.
like the driest thing ever. I could tell I wasn't going to shark, so I leaned over a little bit and poofed out a little bit of gas, smooth as silk.
Uh, I hate people like that. Don't fart on a fucking plane. Come on, because everybody has to smell that shit. That
and
is so
and
fucking
it's all
foul.
like enclosed. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So we're
It
like
says
recycling your fart into the
right.
fucking air the
Says
flight,
I realized that was supposed to have been a slight poop turned into what was a horrendous stench bomb that instantly engulfed several rows. Little babies started crying immediately, while adults let out short barks that registered somewhere between shock and despair. The gas was so dense and foul thought that I thought I could maybe see it clouding the air in the cabin. There was no way I was going to fess up and apologize. So instead, I just started looking around and pretending to look around for the culprit.
know? That's all you can do in that situation, honestly. Like, because you mess up to that. You're going to get jumped. Like,
Bitch, you're gonna get shanked. Like for real,
right.
someone's gonna fucking come up behind you and just fucking like shank you.
Exactly. That is so gross. Who does that?
The
Like you just
nasty
let
ass
out a
people.
nasty ass fart. Like I don't care how bad your stomach was hurting. Get your ass up and at least do that shit in the little airport toilet thing,
Do it in the
right?
bathroom. Do it in the toilet of the airplane. Do not. I repeat. Do not even think that you let out a silent one because those are the fucking deadliest. And don't
Oh,
even like try to like go like this and let it out. Don't do none of that shit in the airplane. That is the most foulest, disrespectful thing you can do in the airplane.
girl.
Like, no, you're
I would
sharing air.
Yeah, I would be pissed. I feel like it happens every time I get on a flight though. Somebody always fucking farts or has some funky ass feet. Like keep your shoes on the plane. Do you know how unsanitary that is in the first fucking place? Like you really think that they're going and like deeply cleaning every like no, that shit doesn't get cleaned like that.
And not that,
People are nasty.
and also like your breath. Like, keep the
Mhm.
mint on hand or gum,
For
or
real.
brush your teeth and keep your breath minty, because you're
Mhm.
sitting like less than a foot away from each other. You gotta breathe each other's air. That's my
Right.
thing. That's the most disgusting thing ever. That's just ugh.
It's basic etiquette, people.
Right. Ugh, gross.
Okay. So this one's a little bit long.
Okay.
Um, okay, so how do I make things right with the guy I'm dating after he found out the real reason I started dating him? So
God.
he said, long story short, I dated this guy for almost 3 years, mostly long distance. I found out that he was actually with someone else from the beginning. They had broken up before we started dating, then got back together when he was still with me. Red flags already. So
Mm.
after a lot of emotional abuse, gaslighting, and crazy promises he never kept, I decided to break up and he stayed with her. I was so enraged and felt so betrayed by him that I could just not move on and let that slide. I don't know what I wanted, but I just had this feeling of karma needs to happen. She said, also, mind you, his now partner was fully aware we were together, so that made me feel crazy hate towards her. Fast forward a couple months later, I stalked her social media and found about her ex-husband, her kid's dad, and sent a friend's request to him on Instagram. And after talking for a while, we started dating.
So it's like a whole like swap thing.
Yes. So then she said, it's been 5 months now. And as I said, it started as some sort of revenge. Not going to lie. Plot twist is now I genuinely have feelings for him. He's absolutely wonderful. Not only made me forget about that whole mess, but he's also shown me kindness and chivalry. And it almost makes me want to cry. He also introduced me to the kids last week. And that is where it gets tricky because the youngest one told her mom about me and shared my name, and now everyone knows about it because I guess for the 5 months they didn't know that they were dating. So then, of course, everyone thinks she's crazy, and she told her oldest kid about me pursuing his dad to ruin her. It's a mess, as you can imagine. Oldest kid called and told him about my past with my ex, and now he, very rightfully so, doesn't trust me. However, he hasn't broken up with me yet. He says he needs to think about it because he is in love with me. I wish I could fix this and get him his trust back. I know it sounds like a movie where the main character wants revenge on someone and then finds out. Sorry, I lost my place here. Uh, and then finds out that they're a great person, but it's too late because they already did what they did. He truly is a great person, and I do see a future with him if we get through this. This is really hard to talk about, and I know it sounds very petty, but now I just feel bad because I know I hurt him and don't know what to do to make things better. Please help.
Girl, that sounds like a discussion topic.
I
Whew.
know, almost. Yeah.
Okay,
Isn't
so
that crazy?
so the guy and the girl was dating. Just to recap, the guy and the girl was dating. She finds out that he was actually dating another girl. And she finds out that that girl was actually married.
No. So the guy and the girl started dating, right? And then uh, and this was after he had broken up with his ex. And
Okay,
then while they were dating, he got back with his ex. But
okay.
apparently, his ex knew that they were together,
Hmm.
but eventually, like he left her for the ex. He decided to stay with
Okay,
the ex and
so
cut
she
her
reached
out of
out to the ex's baby daddy,
right.
and then she hooked up with the ex's baby daddy. She
Yeah.
she oh okay, so she reached out to the her ex boyfriend's ex girlfriend's baby daddy, and they hooked up. Oh
Yep.
shit! Oh my god!
So it's like
Damn!
you're not even upset with the girl. Why are you going after her baby daddy? Like you're upset with the dude, really.
Your man
Yeah,
you're upset with your man for lying to you,
yeah.
right?
So why would you take it out on her by dating her baby dad for revenge? You know? Like is that
Damn,
really sticking it to him or is that sticking it to her then?
right. But I don't think she went into it intentionally wanting to date him. She
Yeah.
messaged him to FY him, and they started talking, and then she started falling for him. It sounded like.
Yes. Like it was never her intention to talk to him and just be like on anything other than revenge. Like she
Right.
reached out to him and like intentionally got to a romantic level
Yeah.
for revenge, you know? But then she ended up like catching feelings for him, I guess then.
That is some Jerry Springer shit.
Yeah.
Like
That's
for
terrible.
real.
You literally like you fucked yourself with that because how is he gonna really trust that you really want to be with him now after finding all this shit out? And what
That
made you think that you were gonna be able to get away with it? You know?
that it wasn't just for like revenge. That it was
Right.
like. Mm,
Yeah. So that's he's always gonna think that I mean, because at the end of the day, like that really is the reason why she
right.
started it.
Why she started?
So
Why she
regardless of
contacted him? Not why she
yeah,
caught feelings though.
right.
But
So
she
it's
will
like regardless
forever have to redeem herself because of that.
exactly like regardless of what the how you feel now, like the intention when you first started, like if things didn't go well, you were just gonna like leave his ass so that
Right.
like you don't give a fuck about his feelings or his part in it. So
Right.
now you're hurting two innocent people that have nothing to do with your situation with your ex, but you
Hmm.
want somebody to fucking feel pity for you.
Hmm.
Like you put yourself in that situation.
Exactly.
You can be
Right.
honest about it. That's great, but you still are fucked up. Like,
And then those family get-togethers is going to be weird because you're going to see your ex with his ex, and then he's going to see his ex with your ex.
right?
Ooh,
It's just a weird ass fucking square, a love square.
love square. Right. At that point, at that point, there's there's like millions of people in the world. Let that shit go. You
Right,
know,
right.
it. Oh my god.
Because at the end of the day, like I feel like she's like would still want to. It doesn't matter about like catching feelings for
Yeah.
him. Like situation, no matter what, is fucked up. And if you stay in that situation, like all you're doing is setting up your relationship for
Hmm.
failure. Because no matter what, anytime that you're around them, it's gonna be weird, you know. And then the wife is always gonna be in the life of the children. And then if you
Yeah.
end up marrying this man, then you're always gonna be involved in shit like that you don't even really give a fuck about, you know.
And who's
One
to
day
say? And who's to say
what?
what happens if she starts to catch feeling for her ex, the one that she was the guy that she was originally with, and all of a sudden
Right.
she goes back to her ex, and then she's like causing drama with no now she's putting her marriage on the line to go back to her ex that she was originally with, and then
Mhm.
she's hurting those kids again.
Exactly. Like they just need to cut her out of the equation for the whole family.
Hmm.
Just leave that bitch out of it because
Yep.
obviously she is no good, like toxic to the whole fucking situation.
Right. Oh my god. That
People
does
are
not
so
that does not even sound like it's a real story. And we talked about this. Just when you think it's not a real story,
yeah,
shit like this
it's
happens in people's real life.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh
people
my
be
god.
crazy.
Okay. All right. So this one says they titled it "Wigged Out." Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I would love to know what's so funny.
Okay. This one says, "I'm 27 and I'm taking to this. I was talking to this new guy. He's 29. We were talking on an app for a few weeks and we met up for drinks. He came back to my place and everything was going well. We were hooking up, and at one point it got I got really into it, and um I pulled back on what I thought was his real hair, and the top of his hairline came unstuck.
Oh God. Okay. Oh,
He ran
that's
to the bathroom and locked himself in. I tried to talk him into coming out, but eventually he just asked me to drop off his clothes by the door so he can leave.
oh.
This was Saturday, and he hasn't responded since I texted him to ask if he was okay. I asked him to text him to ask me if he was okay the morning after. I feel like this was my fuck up that led to this. So he had like one of those like
A fucking toupee. He had a lace front,
she,
bitch.
she got too into it, and she like yanked it and went.
Yeah, she must have been like really pulling on his shit to pull that off. Like, why was you being so rough? I can understand why he don't want to fuck with you no more. Like, come
You can
on
tell
now.
he ran to the bathroom. He's like,
He's like, oh, no, don't look at me.
he's like,
I'm ashamed. Oh my god,
he hid in
that's
the bathroom the whole
embarrassing.
night.
That is so embarrassing. I feel bad for him because that is so. Imagine that's relatable. Like I don't wear wigs often, but if I do and I was getting down doing the nasty and my wig came off, I would be so embarrassed. I would do the
Have you
same thing.
ever had a wig?
Back
Have
home,
you ever had your
no,
wig come off in the middle of the deed?
no. But one time I was on a date and oh, you know you love that. But one time I was on a date and I had braids in, and like they were like very very old at this point, and one of them just like fell out, and we were like walking to the car. We were walking to the car, and then like it fell, and then I don't know if he noticed it or not, but like I tried to kick it underneath the car before he could notice it. But then like of course this motherfucker comes over and like opens the door for me, and I'm like, way to fucking, do this shit when I'm trying to avoid, you seeing some shit that you're not supposed to see. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I don't know if he saw it or not, but if he didn't say anything.
You try to kick it under the car. You're like,
I really did. I was trying like, oh, how did that get there? Like, no, I'm the only one with fucking braids look
you
just
know,
like that.
better had fallen off than it dangling like halfway down.
Right.
Girl.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible. Or like
Yeah.
falling off like while we're eating, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's funny. I like
Oh.
that one. Um, cheers for the toupees in the world. Cheers. Okay, so I've got it bad for my coworker, and he has no idea whatsoever. So I've been working with this guy for 3 years now. He's an absolute sweetheart. Has always been there for me through thick and thin. He knows all my family issues. He has been there for me during the loss of a loved one. Knows all my highs and lows. Blah blah blah. He's everything I want in a man. Out of nowhere, a couple months ago, I started developing feelings for him. I want to pause there because, like, the way that she just talked about him, how he knows her through thick and thin, her whole family and everything, sounds like it's not out of nowhere. Sounds like you've been
So
in love with him for
right.
3 years.
So it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, I'm in love.
She was like, "Brain blast!
She's
I
like,
love this
right, and she's
man."
like, oh.
She was dead asleep. She was no. She was like, "I love." Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I hate when people.
Unpause.
I hate when people say that. By the way, they're like, out of
What?
nowhere. I'm
Right, out of nowhere, it just happened.
right.
Out of nowhere, a couple months ago, she starts developing feelings for him. For some time, she was in denial because she felt it would disturb their working dynamic and that she'd get too emotionally invested. But then her emotions got out of control, and now she's at a stage where she feels so much for him, and of course, he has no clue. It's affecting the way that I am around him. I think that he does not feel the same way, so I'm not sure what to do. I want to tell him to get it over with, even if he doesn't feel the same way. Him knowing might be better because then I can put this all behind me and focus on my actual work instead. But being in this limbo is very hard and it's making me have mood swings at work. She wants advice. I don't know why it's bothering her that fucking much. Like, honestly, it's giving me mood swings at work because I'm in love with somebody who has no clue. It sounds,
So
it's giving obsession. Let's be honest here. It's giving obsession.
she basically wants to know if he's willing to give the dick, basically. Because she doesn't want to go into it to be like, oh, I have feelings for you, and then rejection. She wants to go into it and knowing that he's going to reciprocate the feelings that she has for him. And she doesn't want rejection.
I don't know. I feel like she doesn't want like just to fuck him. I feel like she's like in love with him. She wants to have his baby, is what it is.
Oh, she has names picked out.
Everything, bitch. Like she knows what street they're gonna live on, how they're gonna decorate for Christmas. She has all the names of the babies picked out, like
Well,
everything.
yeah, if she's ready, if she's like one day she's like all of a sudden she's in love.
Exactly. For the first,
This
like, and the
bitch.
thing is, it's 3 years. I don't know. It just seems weird. It seems like she's trying to like make. I don't know what they do for work, but I can't imagine that like your love for this man is like so like you know what I mean? Like it's just so like compelling for you that like you just can't get shit done because all you're thinking about is this dude that you don't know. Like why if you feel that strongly, why not just be like, hey, let's go out for coffee, let's chill. Like you don't have to directly ask him out, you know?
And then she's saying that this whole time in the last 3 years, he has not one clue. He's so oblivious to her advances or even like not one clue.
I mean, and that's the thing that I don't know because it sounds like she wasn't really like making advances. It was more like on some friendship type shit,
There's
you know?
no
So
way.
maybe,
Even like flirtatious words or like like a little bump at the water cooler or you know Nah, there's bullshit.
Maybe they just see each other. If nothing in 3 years and they're that close to the point where he knows her whole life story,
Hmm.
it's one of two things. The bitch is fucking delusional and she just tells him like everything about herself. Because there's times where like you're in situations at work and you're forced to work with people
Hmm.
and like they're just gonna talk. Like they're gonna talk whether or not you fucking respond, they're just gonna talk. And maybe she's just one of those people where
Facts.
she's just like she tells him everything and she feels like this stronger bond to him than what the reality actually is. Because
Right.
not once did she mention like, him saying like how he feels and how,
Mm.
he views her. It's all like he knows all of my stuff and he was there for me and he's everything that I want, but it was never anything talking about him,
Him.
like and how he
Dude,
feels.
maybe he's married with kids and all. He's going back home to his kid and his family. And he's going back home. He's talking about like how crazy she is and how like she's always trying to like do stuff with him. Who knows? We don't know his side of the story.
Yeah, I feel like this bitch is crazy though. Like that's the vibe that I get from her. Like she's a stalker ass bitch,
Like a
and
single white female kind of girl.
yeah, like
Yep.
she's gonna fucking kidnap him one day, put
Mhm.
him in a trunk, drive him to a creek down in the
Mhm.
valley,
Yep.
and then they're gonna like she's gonna go fishing, get some fish, start a campfire, bring a couple tents. She's gonna set up a real creepy ass fucking date in the woods. It'll be dark as shit. A fucking black bear is gonna come out and be like, "Roar."
Bitch, your eyes did not blink once, and that's scary.
I was just going, man.
I,
I could have kept on going,
I
I could
watched
have
you the
kept
whole time, all intense too. Your eyes did not blink once.
on.
You were
Yeah,
on a roll.
I'm a little, sometimes a little out there, I'm here.
I kept
Okay.
watching too. I'm like, when is this bitch gonna blink, man?
Listen, don't worry about it, okay? Like, leave me alone.
Let me live my story. Oh. Yeah, we don't know his side of the story. She could be delusional. She could be making all this shit up in her head. So yeah, I
Oh,
say she's delusional because she never talked about him, how he has responded to
yeah.
this.
I could just imagine her crazy ass being like, people fucking on the internet amped her up to go and ask this dude on a date because they don't know how crazy she is because they didn't read the signs like we did.
How we're smart and we put two and two together and we got five.
Yeah, we're smart
Smart.
because we put
Two
two
and
and
two
two
together
together
and we got five.
and we made five. So we know this bitch is crazy. Just think, there's somebody out there that's like, go for it. Just go tell
Hmm.
him that you want to go on a date. This bitch is gonna go up to him,
Yeah.
crazy as fuck, and be like, hey, you wanna go to the mall and maybe see a movie and have some dinner afterwards? And he'll be like, Karen, I told you I don't fucking
Hmm.
like talking to you. Why is she always talking to me?
And we're the ones that put two and two together, getting five, and we're like, run, Forrest, run.
Exactly. She should have listened to us.
Yep.
Like,
No.
Karen, if you're watching this, don't you reach out to that man. You better leave him the
Right.
hell alone.
You know better
Find
than
you
that.
somebody else.
Yep.
You know better, bitch. He
Hmm.
he is not ready for your crazy. Let it go.
Yeah. Just just stop it. Just stop.
Stop.
Just stop. Okay. Are we ready for our discussion topic?
Let's go.
Hold on. We got to double fist it.
Double
All right.
fisted.
All right. Discussion topic. I'm a 29-year-old female. I've been with my husband, who's a 30-year-old male, for about 7 years. I've never had a reason to suspect that he was unfaithful to me or even remotely dissatisfied with our marriage. In fact, he likes to joke that we're still living the honeymoon phase nearly 5 years into our marriage and 2 kids in. I wouldn't have questioned that or him were it if it weren't for a surprise I found in his car last month. When buckling our daughter into her car seat, I noticed something slotted between the cushions. I pulled it out and saw that it was a tampon. So it was a new tampon.
Mhm.
This wouldn't have been so unusual had I not had an IUD that has stopped my period for the last year. I brought it up to
Mm,
my husband's attention, and he didn't seem to understand what it was, let alone why I was holding it, until I told him where I had found it and why I was almost certain it wasn't mine. He shrugged, he was unbothered, and said it probably belonged to his coworker Fiona. It's not uncommon for my husband to carpool to lunch with his coworker, and we're both fairly close to Fiona and her husband. I put it out of my mind until we had dinner with Fiona and her husband a couple weeks later. I did something that I now feel kind of crazy for doing. I faked an emergency and asked Fiona if she had a tampon while we were out together. She handed me one almost identical to the tampon I'd found in our back seat, and I breathed a sigh of relief. So the tampon there were probably were the same ones here. In all likelihood, there was an innocent explanation as to why it had been left in the back seat in the first place. Am I going crazy, or should I look more into it? Bam.
mm. I think she's going crazy. I think that it really truly is probably innocent. Like, especially if it matched and you know that they carpool together often. Like, it's fun. Like, what were they doing back there? Rustling and tuffling with tampons, and then one just like now. It's one thing if you found a condom, that
Mhm.
but a tampon, like I don't think he's doing anything. That's my opinion on it.
Okay.
But I'm sure you got a totally perspective there.
You want to know my story?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my story of how it played out. Okay. First of all,
Okay.
bitch, why is it in the back seat? Okay.
Okay.
If they're carpooling to lunch, are you driving Miss Daisy? Usually, when you carpool to lunch, bitches sit in the front seat. Okay.
But
And
what if they have somebody else riding with them? And
bullshit.
then
No,
yeah, he
no,
said they carpool, for work. What if it's like the team, three or four people, they go together, you
no.
know?
Okay. And then, and then secondly, if if Fiona's sitting in the front seat, okay, why is she shuffling through? So they had to have been in the back seat trying to get it on, right? And she's in her purse looking for a condom, and she gets the condom and accidentally pulls out the tampon that falls into the back seat, right? So in the
Mm,
process of grabbing a condom out of her purse, the tampon pulls accidentally pulls out and falls out of her purse into the back seat. So boom, busted cheating.
okay, wait. Devil's advocate here. What about the fact that he has kids, right? So usually with kids, they have like booster seats or like, like child. I don't know what the fuck they call them. The fucking
Mm-hmm.
car seats for
Yep.
for babies.
Okay.
So they can't fuck on top of the car seats. So maybe it was that like, either she was sitting back there and then, had her purse next to her, she's going through it, accidentally dropped a tampon out, or maybe it was a situation where she was sitting in the front seat and then she put her purse in the back, and then while he was turning, the
Nobody puts
tampon,
their purse in the back seat while they're sitting in the front. They put the purse in their lap, or they put it on the floor where they're sitting.
maybe she doesn't believe in putting her purse on the floor. There's
Well,
people out there that don't do that,
Fiona's a fucking big fat liar, and she's a cheater. If I was this girl, I would tell Fiona's husband.
So what was your wife doing in the back seat of my man's car with a
Right,
tampon?
right.
That is so dumb. What was she doing back there with a tampon, huh?
hmm
Why?
She was fetching for
But
a condom.
what if? I mean, come on. She saw a tampon that matched Fiona's, but I mean, everybody uses tampons these days, right? What if it was another bitch's tampon? You
There you
know,
go. So either way, it doesn't matter whose tampon it was. Motherfucker was cheating.
maybe, maybe not, probably not.
He was cheating because she had an IUD, so there's no need for her to have a tampon.
But okay, also, ooh, think about this. So she said that she got her IUD a year ago.
hmm
They've had that car for like at least 2.5 years. I can just feel it. So before, when she was driving around in that car when she still had her period, A tampon fell out and has been stuck in that seat for a year and a half, and she
Nope.
just fucking recognized it because the bitch is dirty and doesn't clean her car on the
Guess what?
regular. This
They just had their
time,
car detailed 2 weeks ago.
bitch, but they didn't do a good job when they
No.
did it because what happened
They called
was
Dave's car detailer, and Dave did a good job. They rated him 5 out of 5.
really
Mm-hmm.
well. Since Dave did it, it has to be. There's no other way around it. She was
Yep.
cheating. If Dave cleaned it, she was cheating.
Yep. They called Dave's detailing, and so this motherfucker's cheating. And while taking the condom out of the back seat, the tampon fell out. So
Mm,
boom, instant divorce. The baby's now hurt. He pays a hefty child support payment every month, and now him and Fiona can go live their cheating life together.
mm.
And yeah,
Live happily ever after.
in their cheating life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay.
Yep.
Works for me. Okay. Are you ready for the hypothetical question?
Hypothetical question. Did you see that? That's an
I feel like
H.
that definitely looks like a gang sign.
That's an
Definitely.
H. Hypothetical question.
Is this what you're doing?
Yeah, it's an H. You gotta do it like
This
this.
is so hypothetical question. My H is like inverted and shit. Now it's too
Or
wide.
you could just be like this, H, like a lowercase h.
That's so dumb. I can't
you,
even do
you
that.
still did
Wait,
it. You still did it.
that definitely feels like gangbanging for sure. I'm pretty sure that one means something. Okay, so hypothetical question: two doors, one button.
Ooh. Wait, hold on. Pause. Have you seen the Squid Game challenge?
No, what is
Girl,
it?
we just watched it. We just finished it.
What is it? Oh, the one on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh, fuck that shit. I don't give
It's
a
a
fuck about
reality
that shit.
show. It is so good. So good. So good.
I don't believe
If
you.
you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's really good. And
What makes it good?
let me know your thoughts, because it's like a challenge, so it's like a reality show. It's a challenge is like 456 people, like challenge to win 4,456,000 dollars.
Do they like do the same games as in the Squid Games?
Yes.
All the same ones?
um I want to say like 75 to 80% of the games, and they have like new games too, but the
Yeah.
games, like, they don't die, of course, but the games are like, I know we were so disappointed. But but the games are like so, like, it's like the it's so genius, like
Yeah.
GENIS, like genius.
Wow. That's very interesting.
But the games are
Call me
so good.
intrigued.
And then it's set because you've seen the original Squid Game, right?
Yeah.
So it's set up exactly like the piggy bank is exactly like the dorms are exactly like everything's exactly like it is. Such a good game. Now you can binge it, because we used to like have to wait for the shows to come out, and it's such, so the finale came out last night, and we watched it last night, so we know who won. But it's a lot of like being deceitful. It's a lot of like playing mind games. It's really, really good. You'll like it.
We'll see. I mean, you know
It's good.
me. If it's not stupid, I ain't watching it.
It's
So
stupid, so watch it. It's good.
okay.
Okay.
Are you ready for the
Two doors and a
hypothetical?
button. Okay.
Two doors, one button.
Okay.
So
Like,
you have to choose. No, it's not like two
okay.
girls, one
Okay.
cup. I knew that's what you were gonna ask.
Okay.
um, so you have to choose between opening one of two doors or pushing a button. So behind one of the doors is $100 million, and then behind the other door is a bloodlusted swarm of bees. So the doors and walls are soundproof, so you can't hear which door contains the bees. You don't know which one has the bees, which one has the money. There's no way for you to know without opening the door. Or if you don't want to do the doors, you can press a button, which will grant you $100 million, but you lose 3 feet of height. What would you choose?
I'm already short. That means I'll only be 2 feet tall.
Damn, bitch, just a little bit over a $5 foot long. You're two $5 foot longs.
Girl, that's fucked up. And how much would I get?
100 million.
So if I push the button, I'll get 100 million, but I'll lose 3 feet.
You lose 3 feet of height. Yep. And there's no way for you to get it back.
Or I can open a door and get 100 million instantly, or open the other door and get a swarm of bees.
Right. So you take that 50-50 chance to get the bloodlusty bees, or do you just take the automatic guarantee of the 100 mil, but you lose 3 feet?
I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm definitely choosing one of the doors.
Really?
I feel like, yeah, even with a 50-50 chance, like, it doesn't say I can't, like, open the door and then shut it back real quick if it is the bees. So,
Bullshit. No, you can't do that. When you open the door, you gotta go for it.
uh, I guess I still would do the doors. I would take that 50-50 chance because even if I had $100 million, like, at 2 feet, 11 inches, I just don't think that there's a lot in life that, I'm going to be able to really, like, enjoy in the ways that I want to enjoy it.
You wouldn't have to get on your
So,
knees very far.
such a terrible person. Ugh, I wonder if it hurts to be so terrible. Why would you even say that? Why would you even say that?
Okay.
You're terrible. Yeah. Anyway, I'm taking the 50-50 chance. Um, bees, they may be blood hungry, but if I'm not bleeding, they can't tell, right? So if I walk in there, bees are usually like calm as fuck. Like if you ain't fucking with them, they're not fucking with you, right? So I'm gonna just open the door and be like, "What up?" And then if they want to fucking fight and have issues, then I'll find their queen, kill that bitch, or I'll just open the other door and get the $100 million, and then I'll be okay.
Yep. I would choose the doors as well. That was my first thing. I choose a door, and knowing my luck, I would get the money.
No, my luck, I get the fucking bees. Let's be honest here. I'm not a lucky person.
Yeah, knowing my
I
luck, I would get the money. And it would just be like a pile of money shaped into like a beanbag like money pit, and I would just go swim in it.
mm,
Yeah.
very interesting.
But if I get the
So that
bees, then you just stay calm, because if you freak out, they freak out. So you just stay
right,
calm, and then even if they land on you, you don't freak out. And if they bite you, you don't freak out, because I'm not allergic to bees, so I don't have to worry about
if
like.
you take enough of them, it could kill you if you take enough bee stings.
Right. But like you said, I'm a queen, so if you find the queen bee,
That's not how it works,
yes,
boo.
I'm a queen. So if you find the queen bee and you kill the queen bee, then you become the queen, basically. But if you find the queen bee and you kill them, then they all like bow down to you. So me being the queen, I'm just saying, my crown, fix my crown there. Um,
Hmm,
you know,
very interesting.
I'm just saying.
Very, very interesting. That's an interesting take on, your fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's not fucking reality,
It
right?
is.
Because let's be honest, you're not a queen, and
You're so mean.
I
I am
doubt
a
that you'd be
queen.
able to get to the queen bee. And you think these bees are gonna take you? You think that they want you?
Yes.
They want me, bitch. I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Now we're fighting over bees, bitch.
I wouldn't even have to worry about that, because I'll definitely get the money on the first try.
Okay, well you get the money, and then I'll just live off of you for the rest of my life. You know?
I'll let that happen. I'll share.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'll give
I
you
mean,
at least $300. Like at least
300. At least 300. Okay. So I
give me
could
at least
like
300.
I could buy a Yeti cooler for your man.
Right.
No, that's fucked up. Y'all, sometimes I take it a little bit too far.
I'll even throw you a couple of his sweaters to wear too.
Oh my god, no.
That's
Yeah,
funny as
no. If
hell.
you ever hit the lottery, like, and have that much money, like, I just hope you know, like, I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna take that as like we won, if
No,
you
bitch,
were.
for real though. For real though. I promise you right now, and I promise you right now, if I ever win the lottery more than $1 million, like no, for real, if I ever won any amount of money that I could take care of my bills and shit, and I could take care of my friends and my family, 100% I will. Like I'm not
Mm,
even gonna lie, I'm not greedy like that. Like I would
right.
take care of my friends and family.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, I'd be like, yeah, so
Hmm.
I mean, I quit. I'm gonna go live off of my best friend.
Yep.
She's gonna buy a big ass house, and
Yep.
I'm just gonna stay there.
I would.
And
I wouldn't even be like, well, here's enough for you to live on. I would be like, I would buy a house and we'd be travel. That's what we do.
yeah,
Yep.
like I'd literally live with you, like
Yeah. Hell yeah. You have your own wing, girl.
period.
Yep.
But if I were to win,
Wow. This bitch. Click. Click. This bitch. Okay. I see you.
if I were to win, I'm making it rain every day, bitch. I'm making it rain.
You better be making it rain over here too.
But like literally making it rain. I'm going to make sure that I get connected with
With
like the
God.
national service with God.
You be like, God, make it rain.
God, make it rain. No, if I ever hit the big time, like I would quit. I would probably like abandon my house. I'm not fucking lying. I would abandon my house.
Just board it up and just leave it. Bitch, you wouldn't even board
like
it up. You would just walk
like when
away.
I'm done.
You would just walk away.
I'm like, I'll buy new shit. Like, you can have the house. I'm just leaving everything that's in here except for my pets. Like,
Right?
yeah, like I'm gone. Just abandon the fucking house and go live my life.
Yep.
Doing rich people shit.
Right?
You can come, Donna. You can come.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna have to earn that shit.
You wake up every morning, you're like, what are you willing to do today?
Every day. That's how we start.
Right?
What you gonna do to earn this money?
That would be fucked up.
That would be so fucked up.
That
Like,
would
yeah,
be
you can
so fucked
come,
up.
but you gotta do some shit for
Right.
it.
What you gonna do? Oh my gosh. Bitch, we talking about when we don't even play the lottery.
Real man. I refuse to waste $3 fucking. What
Yep.
is it? $2, $3 for the
Yep.
ticket? Fuck that shit. That's $2, $3 I'm never gonna see again.
Exactly. Exactly. But all right, guys. Well, thank you for listening, and we appreciate you guys. We are coming up to the end of our second season. We will, you know what? We
Right.
maybe we'll do like a dirty Christmas theme. Christmas is supposed to be jolly, but you know, there's some messy ass Christmas people out there do some messy
Maybe
ass
what we
Christmas shit.
do for like Christmas is like a messy family edition, like telling people's like weird ass like family stories where
People be
because
doing some
right
messy
around
ass
the
Christmas
holiday
shit.
time, yeah, that's when
Yep,
people get out and start acting a fool, and
we're here for
we
it.
gotta see, yeah,
Yep,
definitely.
yep. So maybe we'll do that on our 22nd, on Friday the 22nd episode. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys in about a week.
Sayonara, Susie.
Okay, bye, guys.